In the 1400s, knowledge was a privilege reserved for the elite. Books were painstakingly copied by hand, primarily by monks and scribes in monasteries. It was a slow, expensive process, making books rare and accessible only to the wealthy and the clergy. The control over written knowledge meant control over ideas, education, and religious interpretation. Then came Johannes Gutenberg's printing press, and with it, a revolution that threatened the established order. The printing press, invented around 1440, made mass production of books possible. It could print multiple copies in the time it took a scribe to copy a single manuscript. Suddenly, books were cheaper. Literacy could spread beyond the privileged few, and knowledge was no longer confined to the walls of monasteries and the dictates of the church. The potential for intellectual, social, and religious transformation was enormous. But not everyone welcomed this innovation. The church and the scribes, who had long controlled the written word, saw the printing press as a dangerous disruption. Religious authorities feared that widespread access to books, especially the Bible, would lead to individual interpretation, undermining their control over doctrine. Scribes, whose livelihoods depended on the painstaking craft of copying, found themselves becoming obsolete. The resistance was fierce. Some religious leaders decried printed books as instruments of misinformation and heresy. The Catholic Church, in particular, moved to regulate and censor books, establishing the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, list of prohibited books, to restrict ideas that challenged its teachings. Meanwhile, some scribes outright rejected the technology, dismissing printed texts as inferior to their carefully hand-copied manuscripts. Yet, as history has shown time and time again, innovation cannot be stopped by resistance alone. The printing press not only survived but thrived, fueling the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the scientific revolution. Martin Luther's 95 Theses, which sparked the Protestant Reformation, spread rapidly across Europe thanks to the press, challenging centuries of religious authority. The world was forever changed. This story mirrors a recurring pattern in history. When a groundbreaking innovation challenges the status quo, those who benefit from the old system often fight to preserve it. But progress finds a way. The printing press democratized knowledge, just as the internet does today. It broke the monopoly on information, just as new media disrupts traditional journalism and education. And in doing so, it reshaped civilization. The lesson? Clinging to the past at the expense of progress is a losing battle. History belongs to those willing to embrace change, even when it threatens the old ways. The printing press was once a radical, controversial invention. Today, it's recognized as one of the greatest advancements in human history. The same will be said of the innovations we resist today, until they too become the new normal. As we stand on the edge of new frontiers, digital revolutions, artificial intelligence, decentralized knowledge, we're reminded that every generation faces its own Gutenberg moment. The question is, will we resist or will we adapt and lead? If this story sparks something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, and share your thoughts below. And if you want more stories like this, where the past collides with the future, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's explore the shift from old to new, together.